Out of order, can I get roll call, please?
Mayor Gerardo Sanchez,
Present?
Vice Mayor Africa Luna Carrasco,
Present.
Councilmember Mario Buchanan Jr.,
Present.
Councilmember Luis Cabrera,
Present.
Councilmember Jose Ponce,
Present.
Councilmember Matias Rosales,
Present.
Councilmember Gloria Torres.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Could Councilmember Torres lead us with the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Yes. Okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah. Pray allegiance to the flag of United States of America and to the republic,
for which it stands,
one nation,
one nation, under God,
indivisible, with
with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Gloria. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. Let's pray. Father, we thank you tonight for your goodness and your gracious to each one of us and the opportunity to serve our community in the places that you've called us. We thank you for the mayor and vice mayor and council and staff that are present tonight, any visitors that may be joining us by online. We pray tonight that you would give us the wisdom and understanding again to make the decisions that is the best for our community. We thank you that COVID-19 seems to be on the downslide. We thank you for those that have had it, that you've healed. We thank you for the families that have been able to rejoice because of that. We ask you tonight to guide us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chief. We're going to go ahead and go with the first proclamation, Proclamation for a National Public Safety Telecommunications Week, April 17th. Sonia?
National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, April 11th through the 17th, 2021. Whereas emergencies can occur at any time that require police, fire, or emergency medical services. And whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. And whereas the safety of our police officers and firefighters is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from citizens who telephone the City of San Luis Police Department Communications Center. And whereas public safety telecommunicators are the first and most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services. And whereas public safety telecommunicators are the single vital link for our police officers and firefighters by monitoring their activities by radio, providing them information, and ensuring their safety. And whereas public safety telecommunicators of the City of San Luis Police Department have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of patients. And whereas each dispatcher has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job in the past year. Now therefore be it resolved that Gerardo Sanchez, Mayor of the City of San Luis, Arizona, do hereby proclaim the week of April 11th through the 17th, 2021 to be National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in San Luis, Arizona, in honor of the men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep our city and citizens safe. Passed and adopted this 14th day of April 2021.
Thank you, Sonia. I just want to mention that it's amazing what our public safety telecommunicators do, and thank you for being there. Thank you for being there at odd hours. Thank you for being so calm. I actually had the opportunity to use their services not so long ago, and the person on the other line was very calm, while one who is under a lot of stress tends to be a little anxious, and the other person was very calm, and I was very impressed, and I'm very grateful for the great work the men and women of our public safety telecommunicators do every day. So kudos to you, and thank you for keeping us safe, and thank you for being so part of an important network that is so essential to the City of San Luis. So thank you once again, and God bless you. We're going to go ahead with the second proclamation, the 4B Administrative Professionals Day, April 21st to the 2021. Sonia?
Administrative Professionals Day, April 21st, 2021. I'm trying to make it big. Whereas administrative professionals play an essential role in coordinating the office operations of businesses, government, educational institutions, and other organizations. And whereas the work of administrative professionals today requires advanced knowledge and expertise in communications, computer software, office technology, project management, organization, customer service, and other vital office management responsibilities. And whereas Administrative Professionals Week is observed annually in workplaces around the world to recognize the important contributions of administrative support staff and is sponsored by the International Association of Administrative Professionals. And whereas Administrative Professionals Week 2021 is focused on honoring the office professionals who make offices work, reflecting the integral and central role that office professionals play in the modern business. And now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Gerardo Sanchez of the City of San Luis hereby proclaims the week of April 18th through the 24th, 2021 as Administrative Professionals Week, and Wednesday, April 21st, 2021 as Administrative Professionals Day, saluting the valuable contributions of administrative professionals in the workplace. And he calls on all employers to support continued training and development for administrative staff, recognizing that a well-trained workforce is essential for success in today's business world. Passed and adopted this 14th day of April 2021.
Thank you, Sonia. I just want to say that thank you, administrative professionals, for being the backbone of any successful business. Everyone knows that the administrative professionals running, actually providing the service, actually providing the information needing for our community is essential. So I am very grateful for the administrative professionals in our community, and I am very especially grateful for the great work and dedication that our employees, our administrative employees do. It's amazing what you guys do on an everyday basis. So thank you for being who you are. Thank you for choosing San Luis as your workplace. And I just want to say that we will continue providing you the necessary training to provide that necessary information and customer service to our customers. And I am very grateful and thank you. And I don't think we thank you enough. I think we're always asking a lot from you. But you always do your work, and you always actually impress us. So thank you so much and keep up the good work. We're going to go ahead and go with item number 4C, Stress Awareness Month, April 2021. Sonia?
Stress Awareness Month, April 2021. Whereas stress can be debilitating and it can cause and or aggravate health problems. And whereas since stress is a normal part of human existence, no one is immune to it. And whereas Stress Awareness Month is a national cooperative effort to inform people about the dangers of stress, successful coping strategies, and harmful misconceptions about stress that are prevalent in our society. And whereas one of the most effective ways to deal with stress is to learn how to silence the mind. Mediation is one of the most popular methods of achieving this quiet. And whereas there are several types of stress and we all tend to face these at different times in our lives, the everyday stress of jobs and family are the most common. And whereas 77% of people surveyed indicated that they experienced physical symptoms caused by stress, and 33% stated that they are living with extreme stress. And whereas during this annual 30-day period, health care professionals and health promotion experts across the country will join forces to increase public awareness about both the causes and cures of our modern stress epidemic. Now therefore be it resolved that Gerardo Sanchez, Mayor of the City of San Luis, does hereby proclaim April 2021 as Stress Awareness Month and encourages all of our residents to pursue self-care practices to reduce the negative effects of stress. Passed and adopted this 14th day of April 2021.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonia. I really appreciate that. And this is a topic that is basically hitting everyone. And if you're not being hit by stress at this point in time, well, God bless you, because stress is one of the things that is causing a lot of external symptoms that actually, and the thing is, it makes you feel not at your 100%. So it is always a factor, stress, especially with the pandemic. I think everyone has noticed, and even our children are stressed to the point where they need to go out, they need to commute, they need to interact with other people. So it's very important we bring this awareness to everyone, because it's something that, we all have stress, but some people cope differently. So we need to help those people who can cope well, and bringing this to the light, bringing this awareness is very important. So thank you, Sonia, for bringing this topic up, and let's continue, and hopefully our lives become less stressful over time. So thank you. Item number 4D, Sexual Assault Awareness Month, April 2021. Sonia?
Sexual Assault Awareness Month, April 2021. Whereas sexual violence is a dehumanizing form of abuse that harms our communities, and whereas rape, sexual assault, and sexual harassment have extensive and widespread physical and mental health implications, including post-traumatic stress disorder, substance abuse, depression, homelessness, and eating disorders, and suicide. And whereas 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced sexual violence involving physical contact at some point in their lives, and whereas individuals with disabilities are 2.5 times more likely to be violent victimized, and whereas the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that 43.2% of females and 51.3% of males first experienced victimization prior to age 18. And whereas 66% of women and 36% of men report knowing their perpetrator, and whereas 67% of victims under the age of 18 identify their perpetrator as a family member, and 79% said they were currently living with that perpetrator. And whereas the Arizona Department of Public Safety indicates that 3,162 rapes were reported to police in 2019, and whereas 59% of violent crimes are now reported to law enforcement, and whereas through prevention, education, awareness efforts, a strong continuum of victim services, and holding perpetrators responsible for their actions, we can work together to better address sexual violence and create safer communities for all Arizonans. And whereas through collaborative efforts, individuals, agencies, organizations, and communities can work together to prevent sexual assault and support victims and survivors. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Gerardo Sanchez, Mayor of the City of San Luis, does hereby proclaim April 2021 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month and encourages all citizens, parents, governmental agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, hospitals, schools, and colleges in the state of Arizona to join together and raise awareness about sexual assault, provide support for survivors, and strive to achieve a state where sexual assault victims have a clear path to justice, and where our communities, families, and children are protected. Passed and adopted this 14th day of April, 2021.
Thank you, Sonia. I see here Maria Cecilia Cruz. Are you on board, Maria?
Hello, Mayor. Can you hear me?
Yes. Please tell us what has occurred. And I've seen some pictures on social media. And first and foremost, I would like to thank you, your organization, and I'd like to thank all the different organizations throughout Yuma County that actually are bringing this a topic that's underreported, unfortunately, and it is very predominantly not only in our community but across the world. And it's something that we need to bring. We need to work with this, and especially in this era of the pandemic, with people being isolated and being at home. And I know the rates have increased dramatically, not only sexual assault, but also physical abuse as well. So gun also increased. So could you give us a little insight on what your organization is doing at this point in time? Maria?
Yes, Mayor. I wanted to just say hello and greetings to yourself, Vice Mayor, and the council members. Thank you for this opportunity. But we thank you, Mayor, for the proclamation. Proverbs 31 Home and South Yuma County Domestic Violence Coalition are so very grateful for this proclamation, as it is a clear declaration to join advocates in taking action to prevent sexual violence. I'm just going to give you some numbers for Yuma County. Adult sexual assaults in 2020 were 24 cases, and year-to-date 2021 are 18 cases so far. Those are adult. Children's sexual abuse, 2020 was 64, and year-to-date for 2021 are 59.
Wow.
Those are alarming numbers. But I just want to thank you for the opportunity. And yes, we have been very diligent on social media. As victims of sexual assault wait to report the attacks because of the trauma they have experienced, but we're just encouraging everyone to be advocates, to where if they know of someone, or to please report it as soon as possible. And I just want to share the hotline that the crisis advocates number is 928-373-0849. And you can also call your local police department here in Yuma County, San Luis, everywhere. We just need to make sure that everyone is ready to extend that arm and to encourage people to start reporting these sexual assaults.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for those figures, and I just wrote them down. And I really appreciate you guys what your coalition is doing, and for our community, and not just for San Luis, but also Yuma County as a whole. So, gracias, and take care, and thank you once again, Maria.
Thank you, and good night.
Good night. We're going to go ahead and go with the consent agenda. All matters are considered routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. That if discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Minutes of work session held March 3rd, 2021, regular council meeting held March 10th, 2021, special council meeting held March 17th, 2021, disbursements from March 15th, 2021 to April 3, 2021. Total disbursements was $996,758.75. I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and go with discussion and possible action items. As item number 6A, discussion and possible action on all matters regarding authorization to purchase two 2021 vehicles to be utilized by staff for travel and training purposes, and to transfer funds from the budgeted project that is not going forward this fiscal year for purchase of these vehicles. Sonia?
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members. This item was presented to you initially at the last council meeting held March 24th for the purchase of a 2021 Suburban. However, at the directive of the City Council, it was suggested that staff obtain two additional quotes for two different vehicles and smaller. So that's what we did, and these vehicles will be replacing four current vehicles that we have at City Hall, which are the 2004 Dodge Durango, a 2005 Ford Taurus, a 2009 Toyota Prius, and a 2009 Chevrolet Suburban. Staff is asking that you please consider the quotes and authorize the purchase. And also, because time is a factor, we would not be getting the vehicles prior to June 30th, had my office obtained the three different quotes, since it's very difficult to obtain the vehicles. Therefore, staff is also asking that the formal purchasing procedures be waived. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Sonia, did you look at the vehicles? Did you talk to staff regarding which ones you liked? And did we also get a chance to speak to our mechanic to just make sure that if we're going to do maintenance, or if they're going to do maintenance, if they're able to handle different types of vehicles?
I did speak to staff, and we are okay with the two different models that I got the quotes for, which are the Fords and the Toyotas. I did not get an opportunity to speak to the mechanics about any issues that we might encounter when it's time for maintenance.
Okay. Yeah, because we tend to keep these vehicles for a very long time, so the long term. And no, they're good vehicles. All vehicles are good. Okay, I'm going to go and open the floor to any discussion. Vice Mayor, any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, Mayor, no comments. Just I have your same question as far as the maintenance with the mechanics to see if we would be able to service the Toyotas versus the Fords. And I'm okay with whatever staff is going for, since they're the ones that are going to be using them primarily. But yeah, let's continue.
Good, good. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Matias Rosales?
Sonia, can you scroll down on the screen a little bit more, please? Sonia, you there?
Yes,
Can
what page are you specifically
I want
requesting?
to see the rest of the, I only have, on my screen, I'm only showing the item, and the summary doesn't show the amounts below it in the cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 6A.
And remind me again, what was our budgeted amount originally?
It was, I think it was for the 2021 Suburban, it was not more than $52,000.
I honestly think the Ford Escapes and the Corollas are cars that are too small for long-term travel. But again, I would like to see two of the Explorers, or maybe one of the Explorers and maybe the Escape. Keep it in the Ford, and since we know we have history servicing those. I know the Toyota looks nice because of the price, but if it's not going to last us 10 years, it's going to cost us more money down the road. Ford Explorers are big; they're mid-sized SUVs, and I think it's more of a comfort and as well as a travel issue. I mean, if you have 4 or 5 people going to Phoenix on a meeting or something, they're going to fit in a Ford Explorer versus a Ford Escape. That's plus the bags and travel and everything. So I myself would prefer the Ford Explorers. If we do 2 of those, that's 35, we're going to be over budget. So maybe compromising, maybe a Ford Explorer and a Ford Escape. It's only about a $2,000 difference. That's my opinion, and I would be ready to do a motion for that as well.
I kind of agree with you, Matias. I would rather see 2 Ford Explorers, two bigger vehicles, one for safety and also for what they're going to be used for.
Right.
We do have our troopers have Ford Explorers, and I think it'd be easier to get the attention at the Ford dealership or dealer parts. But I agree with you. So
would we have the funds to cover 2 of them then if the budgeted item was 52,000?
that's the question. Do we have Sonia?
Yes, we do.
We do? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I would rather see 2 Ford Explorers. Myself also. Marty Buchanan Jr.
Just a question for Sonia. Does the Ford Explorers fits for your need, Sonia?
Yes, it would help us, and whatever city council approves us, we'll take.
I'm good with the Ford Explorers,
Yes,
of course. But let's see what we decide.
thank you.
Okay. Gloria Torres, comments, questions, or concerns?
Yes, regarding the Toyota, I have all my life have Toyotas, and let me tell you that those cars are good. I mean, el último que vendí lo vendían $1,000, como 15 años. I mean, they will, in my experience, Toyotas are very good. But I don't know if they need a bigger car. I mean, you had one small car and another one that more like, I don't know much of the other kind of car. So whatever you decided, Sonia, it will be perfect for me.
Good, good. Mr. Ponce?
I agree with Councilmember Rosales. I think we need at least the 2 Ford Explorers.
Okay, good, good. Thank you. I agree with that too also. Good. Luis Cabrera?
Hi, Sonia. Good evening. I have a question. How often do you travel, or would these cars be used to travel to Phoenix or out of Yuma County?
The city clerk's office travels an average of 4 to 5 times out of the city of San Luis. And remember that these vehicles will not only be used at the administration wing, but for any other department that is in need of a vehicle for a training outside the city.
Okay, so would they be assigned to your department, or would they just be assigned to administration? Like, who's gonna monitor like when the car is gonna be checked out and checked in and that stuff? Because I know we don't have like a fleet services where they control all the vehicles.
I'm assuming that because I'm the one presenting the item, they will be assigned to the clerk's office. If I'm mistaken, anybody can correct me.
You're correct, Sonia. You are correct.
No, I think either vehicles are good. So if you guys, sounds like the mayor and Matias would like the Ford Explorers. I know Toyotas don't require a lot of maintenance. My brother worked for Toyota for 5 years, and he left Toyota because there wasn't that many hours, because their cars don't break as much as other brands. But whichever you guys want, I think 2 is better than 1. And like we all have said, even though we go a little bit over budget, we need these vehicles for your guys' training and safety. And so it's in reality up to you guys. I'm okay with whatever you guys decide.
Thank you. Thank you, Luis. Sonia, would you be able to handle the 2 Explorer?
Handle them in...
Will you be using them properly?
Absolutely, yes. I'm a true believer of taking care of the vehicles, and I have stressed this in the past at department head meetings, so yes.
I think time tells. How long have you had your other vehicle? 20 years?
Oh, the other one, the one that I currently have is a 2009 or 5, I'm sorry. So we've had it since then, and it needs to be replaced. But I mean, if you see it from the inside, it's in really good condition.
Now, so, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Matias.
No, go ahead.
Sonia, are we gonna get rid of the Prius and the Suburban? I mean, for local use, we could still have them. Are you planning on getting rid of them and, I don't know, follow like the auction procedure the city does, or are you still going to keep them for administration? Because I mean, those 2 cars at least, because I know that Durango's not even on the city hall facility anymore. But the Taurus and the Prius and the Suburban are. So are you planning on getting rid of all 4 and then just having those 2, or what's going to happen with those other 4 vehicles?
For sure, the Durango and the Taurus, those are going to be auctioned at the next city auction. The 2009, I have experienced mechanical issues with it. So that one, we probably might also auction it. The 2009 Suburban, I would have to actually check a little bit deeper and see if that's something that can be kept still for local use.
Okay.
Thank you, Sonia. I think we can discuss that with our mechanic, our chief mechanic. I think they monitor the amount of maintenance they do. I know the Toyota, the maintenance is an issue on that one because it's going to be really expensive to maintain it, especially since it's a 2009 model. And the thing is, we need to cut prices, we need to cut expenditures, but just to make aware, all I drive is Toyota, so I'm a true believer of Toyota. At this point in time, I worry about the maintenance. I worry about if for whatever reason we need to replace something that make sure our mechanics are able to do it in-house instead of going out-house.
Well, not only that, Mayor, but everyone knows I'm a Toyota person too, but we're talking about the size of the car. To me, it's a safety and comfort issue for our employees. So with that said, Mayor, can I make a motion?
Yes, you can.
I move to approve the purchase of two 2021 Ford Explorers for the amount of $35,046.95 each, and waive the procuring purchasing formal procedures. Transfer
Second.
funds for the budgeted for City Hall. No, I don't know where transfer funds. I don't know about that, but we have the money.
Yeah. There's a motion. There's a second by Vice Mayor. Do I now? Okay. There's a motion. Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sonia, you have 2 vehicles now.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Sonia. We're going to go ahead and go with item number 6B, discussion and possible action on matters regarding the approval for the purchase of an updated Brazos e-citation system and equipment using fiscal year 2021 capital projects budgeted funds. Chief? Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council. This is an update to the current Brazos system that we have for issuing citations. One of the things that we discovered several years ago was as the machines that we currently had began to break down, actually replacing them was going to become relatively expensive, and getting the parts to replace those that were broken down were getting to be even more expensive. One of the other items that we had was the actual printer machines that go along with those Brazos machines to print out the citations when staff began to use them. And as they began to break down, we found that trying to keep up with the latest and greatest was a little bit more difficult than what we thought. And so Brazos kind of did something that was a little bit different, and they began to look at what was a more efficient way to allow police departments to electronically submit tickets, and also from the time of stop till the end of stop, reduce the amount of times that officers were actually spending writing citations. This particular system is a software system that actually is downloaded into our department phones, and the cameras are used as the scanners. So if anything was to break down, like our phones, those are relatively replaced, very inexpensive, and we're in the process of doing that right now as well. And so we would be looking at the license agreements and the purchasing of the software to begin with, which was approved for the CIP monies that you saw on your screen. The second part of that is also for the printers that will go along with those. And so those would be mounted either inside of the cars, or now that we have motorcycles back in use, be mounted in there as well. And so it will reduce the time. You'll also notice there's a first initial cost of about $58,850, I think is what it is. And then there's also a second cost per year, and that's just a renewal of the licenses from Brazos. And it works well with our Tyler Industries and all of the software that we have. And so it'll be a very quick download as well. So we're asking for the approval to go ahead and purchase this electronic system, and also the printers, and then the maintenance cost as far as just the software each year that would be put underneath the contractual services agreement.
Chief, I just want to say that this system has actually provided and great benefit for the city, and for the actually the downtime, the time the officer spends writing the citations, reporting the citations, taking it to court, taking it in, and this is making a big difference. And this was a great investment initially, and I still think it's a great investment if we continue doing it. Chief, is every agency now in the county using it now?
I'm not sure that everybody's using it, but this is something I think that most departments within the state are going to be able to do that. One of the things that did come up was there was, the state DPS had worked with another company. The goal was to try to get the TRAX unit to every agency within the state. And what happened with that one is they lost funding for it, and then there were some issues with the software that was being downloaded. I'm not sure where DPS stands with that as of currently, but most people across the state are now going to use Brazos simply because most departments issue cell phones to the officers, and by using that camera as a scanner, they can scan the back of the license, the current license they have, the registration, and if the insurance has a barcode, it literally fills out the information instantly. The only thing the officer has to do is type in the ARS citation number, the court date, and they are pretty much there. It's an electronic signature right on the phone. They hit the print button and hand them on their way. I think that this will, right now we're going back to that old system of having to write the long form citation that is 4 carbon copies, and sometimes things just don't do it. So I think this is a huge investment. I think YPD's got it. I think that YCSO has it. The only thing I'm not sure about is if Somerton actually has Brazos, which because I think that they're also Tyler, they may. So I think we're pretty close to having it across the board down here.
Thank you, Chief. I have no further questions. It's a worthwhile investment and we should continue. We were ahead when we first purchased it. We were ahead of all the agencies basically, and I believe it really helps our officers in regards to when they have to write the citations and actually make sure that the citation goes to the court in a very fast and efficient way. So thank you. We're going to open the floor for any discussion. Vice Mayor, any comments, questions, or concerns?
Chief, in case of like the system needing troubleshooting or services, would our IT department be able to handle it? Or is that part of the fee that is included?
Yeah, that's included in the price that Brazos would go ahead, because if it's an application error, Brazos would handle it. If it's something to have to do with our phone system, because we're switching over to AT&T and the FirstNet capability, our IT department would handle a few of those details if it was phone related, as far as that's concerned. But printers and the software should all be handled through them. They may be coordinating with Derek just to make sure that those are perfectly in line.
Okay, and then also, do you think 32 licenses is enough to cover what our current needs?
Yeah, for now, yes. I think in about 2 years, as we add personnel, all we would have to do at that particular point is to add more licenses. And my feeling is right now, pay for what we need and then just have a small incremental increase per year as we get more officers on the road that would be able to utilize this software on the phone.
Correct. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Matias, comments, questions, concerns?
Nope. None, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mario Buchanan Jr., comments, questions, concerns?
None, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Gloria Torres, comments, questions, or concerns?
No question, Mayor.
Thank you. Jose Ponce?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Luis Cabrera, comments, questions, or concerns?
No questions, Mayor. I agree with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, if there's more questions or concerns, I will entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve the purchase of the updated Brazos e-citation software and equipment for a total cost of $58,850 and a future annual fee of $67.20 as presented.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Council.
you.
Thank you, Chief. We're going to go ahead and go with, let's see here, item number 6C, discussion and possible action on all matters regarding resolution 2162, resolution of the Mayor and City Council of City of San Jose, Arizona, amending the classification and service plan to create 2 IT positions, superseding any conflicting provisions for existing regulation or policies, providing for severability and declaring an emergency. Derek Duenas, IT Manager.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Vice Mayor and council members. Staff is requesting approval to amend 2 new IT positions. We currently have a vacant position which we would be closing in order to fund a portion of the 2 positions. We are requesting a help desk technician to help us improve our customer service and provide first level support. That is a position that we've never had before, and I think it's very crucial in every IT department. We are also requesting an IT specialist in public safety, which will specialize in public safety information technology. That would include what the chief just mentioned in regards to Brussels. This position would be taking care of anything related to the Brussels or any other public safety information technology. The public safety position funding would be split between IT, police department, and fire department. We are currently 2 IT technicians, 1 network administrator, and myself, IT manager. The demand for IT resources keeps increasing, and these 2 positions will definitely help fill some of the gaps in the department.
Thank you, Derek. I really like the position of the help desk. It's something that I think we needed. I know you guys are always busy, and I know you guys make an extra effort to make sure that all the questions are answered, especially from staff. And the ability for, IT is key, especially in our public safety. Everything is going digital, everything is going information technology. So I think we should definitely have someone who is responsible for that department by itself, because it's only going to get more complicated. It's not going to get easier. So if we do it now, we need to be ahead of the curve, not behind the curve. So I agree with you. Derek, great job. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and open the floor for discussion. Vice Mayor, Africa, any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, just a comment that I agree that those are highly needed positions, especially as you mentioned, Mayor, because we're all in the digital world as we speak. So yes, I agree. And if it's in the budget, let's do it.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Matias Rosales?
I am good, Mayor. I agree. They need the help, and we need to get that department a little bit more space
Good.
in regards to the employees. And the problem is going to be finding where to put them, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, can I add to that? I had a tour today of that wing, and I can see how crowded they are with all the cubicles. And Jose gave me a tour, and he explained some of the concept they have with the expansion and stuff. But that's another topic. But I just to agree with Matias that if we start getting more personnel, we are definitely going to need more space, and we need to think and plan ahead for that as well.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and open the floor again. Mario Buchanan Jr.
Agree, Mayor. I'm good with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Gloria Torres, comments, questions, or concerns?
No question. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ponce, comments, questions, or concerns?
No, sir. Thank you.
Perfect. Luis, any comments, questions, or concerns?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. If there's more comments, concerns, I'm going to go ahead and entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve whatever is listed on that screen below. I move to approve resolution number 2162 to create the position as presented.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. If there's a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Thank you, Council. Thank you, Derek. We're going to go ahead and go with the item number 16, public hearing followed by discussion and possible action on matters regarding resolution 2169, the resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of San Luis authorizing the submission of an application for fiscal year 2021 community development block grant, regional account funds, and fiscal year 2021 state special projects funds, certifying that said applications meet the community's previously identified housing and community development needs and the requirement of the Arizona Department of Housing, a community development block grant program, and authorizing all actions necessary to implement and complete the activities outlined in the said application. I will now entertain to go into open public hearing.
So moved, Mayor.
There's a motion.
Second.
There's a motion, there's a
Yeah.
second. Good, now we're gonna go ahead and open public hearing. I guess Mary French Jones, you're gonna be talking?
Yes, Mayor, I am. Good evening, Mayor, City Council and staff and public. This Community Development Block Grant Funds, the regional account, and the state special project accounts are passed through from HUD to Arizona Department of Housing for them to manage on behalf of HUD. There are two sources of community development block grant funds available for fiscal year 2021. The regional account allocation, which is the city is eligible for every other year as a non-entitlement community. This year's fiscal allocation is an estimated $540,171. And then there is the annual State Special Project Program Funds, a highly competitive statewide application project process that has a maximum application request up to typically $500,000 a year. And it requires that the project be shovel-ready, non-speculative in manner. The SSP application is a direct submission to ADOH, typically in June, with the regional account sent to WACOG, our Council of Governments, at the end of May, and uploaded to the state ADOH July 1, 2021. The projects submitted in advance for CDBG funding must meet one of HUD's national objectives: low to moderate income benefit. Those clientele or residential or city projects meet a threshold of at least 51% moderate income based on HUD's definitions assigned to Yuma County, slum blight, and/or urgent need. The regional account, NOFA, was released on February 18, 2021, with the submission deadline as I stated. State special projects, again, are due in June, and we submit directly to the state. As part of HUD's and state requirements, we are to conduct the city a public participation process with at least 2 meetings. One is a community meeting that was conducted on February 2nd, 2021, and tonight's meeting, which is a public hearing. City staff, the Public Works Department specifically, proposed 3 eligible projects. The first project is the Mesa Drive Mesa Street Improvements Project. The estimated total cost of that project is $1,026,478. The project consists of, but not limited to, the removal of existing pavement, grading construction, and then the application of pavement, curb, gutter, sidewalk, some driveway and parkway placement, sidewalk ramps, a retaining wall, and additional drainage necessary to complete the project. So again, CDBG funds for that project, if selected in advance, would be $540,171, and the leverage for $486,317. And that would be a required city leverage if the project were completed. Rancho Los Oros, Phase 2, $723,000. The project complements the initial Rancho Los Oros improvements previously discussed and completed during the CDBG 13-2020 project. This project would include adjusting the similar aspects of Rancho Los Oros Phase 1 regarding a sewer main on Los Valles Street, pavement replacement, miscellaneous replacement of concrete curb and gutter, sidewalk and driveway entrances, and also includes some adjustments of water valves and sewer manholes and other aspects that are incidental to that. The reconstruction and improvements would take place on the following roadways: Los Valles, Los Cerros, Las Padres, El Chazamal, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing these correctly, Rancho Avenue. The third project was a complementary project to Rancho Los Oros Phase 3. That project was an estimated $580,356,000. City staff recommends advancing the following projects for application submission to ADOH, Arizona Department of Housing, Mesa Street Improvements Projects for the regional account, and Rancho Los Oros Phase 2 for state special projects consideration. An associated leverage resolution is addressed on the next agenda item. And with that, I would like to verify with Jenny Torres and also with Sonia, the City Clerk's Department, if they received any requests for public comment.
Mary, the City Clerk's office did not receive any comments in favor of or against this item. Thank you.
The Economic Development Manager has not received any requests for comment on either one of these projects.
Thank you, Mary. This is Mayor Sanchez, and this is an open to the public. This is an open hearing. Anyone from the public has any objections or questions regarding this? No. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and open the floor to council members, see if they have any comments, questions, concerns. I just want to say before I do that, I just want to say, Mary, thank you for the hard work you guys do. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Sonia, for giving all those notices, and it's really making a difference. And so let's continue the progress. And I really appreciate the hard work you guys do, especially you, Mary. I know it's a lot of work.
It's always a team effort, Mayor. Thank you, though.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and open the floor. Vice Mayor, comments, questions, concerns?
No comments. Thank you for your work, and it's a much needed project, so I hope it goes through.
Thank you. Thank you. Matias Rosales?
No, sir. I hope we get the funding. We really need it.
Exactly.
Looking forward to it.
Good. Mario Buchanan Jr.?
No, Mayor, none.
Thank you. Gloria Torres?
No, just thank you, Mary and staff for that projects and that hard work that you have done. Thank you very much.
Mr. Ponce?
No, Mayor. I just want to thank Mary and Jenny. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Luis Cabrera, comments, questions, and concerns?
No, I just agree with everyone. Thank you, Mary, and thank you, Jenny, for this. And I hope we do get the funding as well. So fingers crossed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I will now entertain a motion to close public hearing.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor,
Mayor, I
I move
move-
to approve and adopt resolution number 2169.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries.
Thank you.
No, thank you. We're gonna go with item number 6E, discussion and possible action on all matters regarding resolution 2170, a resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of San Luis, Arizona, county of Yuma, committing local funds as leverage for fiscal year 2021 community development block grant application. Mary French?
Yes, Mayor and Council, as stated previously, this is a coinciding resolution to actually facilitate the entirety of the costs of both projects. Again, the regional account project for, for Mesa Street improvements would require a leverage match of $486,317 to complete the project in its entirety. And then the state special project, Phase 2, would require a leverage match of $223,000 to complete the project in its entirety. Staff is recommending that we advance those leverage with council's permission.
Mary, thank you, and I concur. I really concur on this one. So if we can get it done, if we can get the funding and we have the funding, let's proceed. I'm gonna go ahead and open the floor for any further discussion. Vice Mayor?
None, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Mateo Rosales?
None, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mario Buchanan Jr.?
None, Mayor. Thanks.
Gloria Torres?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Jose Ponce?
No, sir, thank you.
Luis Carrera?
No, thank you.
Okay, if not, no more comments, questions or concerns, I will now entertain a motion.
I move to approve resolution number 2170, committing city funds for the community development block grant application as presented.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 6F, discussion possible action on matters regarding resolution 2171, a resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of San Luis, Arizona, county of Yuma, authorizing the adoption of a relocation assistance plan as required under section 104D of the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974 as amended. Jenny Torres, Economic Development Manager.
I'll be presenting, Mayor, if that's okay.
That's fine, Mary.
This is a housekeeping resolution. We're required by HUD and by the state to adopt a relocation resolution, basically stating if we have to move someone out of their home or off their property during the duration of a project, that the city incorporate the costs into the CDBG funds. We're required to update every 5 years. The last time this was updated was fiscal year 2018, so we thought it was prudent to bring this forward during this fiscal year.
Okay. Thank you, Mary. I think it's, thank you for giving us the opportunity, and thank you for giving that information. I have no further questions. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and open the floor for any further discussion. Vice Mayor?
None, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Mateo Rosales?
None, Mayor.
Thank you. Mario Buchanan Jr.?
None, Mayor. Thanks.
Gloria Torres?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Mr. Ponce?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay. Luis Carrera?
No questions. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. I will now take a motion.
Mayor, I move to adopt resolution. Go ahead.
Number, sorry. 2171 is presented.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Thank you. We're going to go ahead with item number 6H, discussion possible action on matters regarding resolution 2172, resolution of the mayor, city council, and Council of the City of San Luis, Arizona to continue the existing agreement for base hospital emergency medical directions between Yuma Regional Medical Center and the City of San Luis. Chief Angel Ramirez?
Mayor, if I may, you skipped item number 6F.
6F. Oh, that's true. I did that on purpose, okay? No cierto. Okay, 6F. Before we continue with Chief Ramirez, we're going to go with item number 6F. Discussion.
I'm sorry, Mayor, it's 6G. I'm sorry.
Mira la otra. Okay.
Sorry.
6G now. Discussion and possible action on all matters regarding appointment of an authorized representative to represent the City of San Luis in the Arizona State Land Department auction of sale. Is it Jenny Torres or is it Mary?
No,
Oh,
it's
Jenny
me.
Torres.
It's
Very
me,
good.
Mayor.
Uh-huh.
Jenny Torres, Economic Development. Mayor, members of the council, if you recall, we submitted a Arizona State Land Department application to purchase 16 acres of right-of-way. The cost of the right-of-way is about $600,000 and $381,000. Previously, in April of 2019, the city authorized a deposit of $350,000. The city also paid $10,500 for the appraisal cost and the advertisement fee. We do have a balance of $274,572. Now, we did receive a notice of pending sale. What the notice of pending sale stated, and I believe they mentioned me because I was the person that applied for the state land on behalf of the city, or an authorized representative must be present to bid. But when I took a look at the rest of the bidding information, it states, all bidders must sign an affidavit stating that they have undertaken due diligence in preparation for the auction and that the representative is authorized to bid and bind the bidder. So what the responsibility of this person is to go to the Yuma County Courthouse on May 25th, May 25th, 21 at 11 o'clock, take a cashier's check of the $274,000 balance, and be there responsible to bid on that right away. We don't foresee us getting outbid by anybody else. I don't foresee why they would need 16 acres of right away. So I think it's more of a formality to come to you and ask who you want to be the person responsible to do this. Eulogio and I have been working on this project for quite a while, so we've been on top of it. If you want to authorize a staff member or somebody else to be the representative for the city, Matias, you're more than welcome. Just schedule it in your calendar. Just to be present and take the check and be the bidder and be able to just sign off on the documentation that they require. So we come here as a formality to make sure that we do have somebody officially assigned to submit the bid.
Okay, thank you for volunteering, Jenny. Unless Matias wants it, I think Jenny would probably be the second person.
I don't mind helping and going with them. I go to the courthouse a lot and do my auction purchases there, so I know the process very well. So I don't mind going and with staff, let the staff take care of it and be there just as guidance or support, because it is a good little process. You got to take your shade and your beat share because you might be there for a bit. So especially if it's hot.
So if somebody
it is outside on the courthouse step, so it is what it is.
So if somebody outbid us, Matias, you can authorize us to go higher up.
Yeah, or I could get on the mad look and be like,
take a bet.
Yeah. Oh, hello. That's illegal here.
No, to play baseball afterwards, please. Okay, so you need a representative. Okay, so how do you want to do this, Jenny?
It's up to you, Mayor. Either you can designate a staff member or a council member. It's up to you. I think Eulogio and I are prepared to be there just because we have all the background information in case there's any issues. But honestly, for me, it doesn't really matter if it's a staff or a council member. We're just going to be there to sign documents and give a check of $274,000.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's always nice. Okay, I guess, Matias, could you take charge on that one?
Like I said, I don't mind going, and if staff, Eulogio and Jenny could go because they do know the ins and outs, and I'll be there with them as well. I don't mind. Leave this, she's most of.
No, okay. make it official.
Okay.
That's my opinion, but I'm going to open the floor. Vice Mayor?
Agree with the recommendations. Matias would be perfect for it since that's his area of expertise. And Jenny and Olo have been working on it since day one, so perfect combination.
Perfect, thank you. Matias?
Sounds cool. As long as we don't take a Toyota Corolla, we'll take the Suburban.
Okay, Mario Buchanan Jr.?
No, Mayor, I'm good. And Matias can take care of it.
Thank you. Gloria Torres?
No, Mayor, no question. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ponce?
No questions, sir.
Good. Luis Cabrera?
No questions, Mayor. If you'd like to make the motion to appoint Matias Rosales as the City of San Luis representative for the Arizona State and Land Department auction of sale and of land.
Second?
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second.
Do we need to add the staff members, Jenny and Elogia, to be there as well in the motion?
No, I think they just need one authorized person. We'll be there as
okay.
support.
Okay.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna go under item number 6H. Discussion and possible action on matters regarding resolution number 2172. The resolution of the Mayor City Council of City of San Luis, Arizona to continue the existing agreement for base hospital emergency medical direction between Yuma Regional Medical Center and the City of San Luis. Chief Ramirez?
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of council. This is a base hospital agreement that we have with our base hospital, which is YRMC. And it has to get renewed every 5 years. The last time we renewed this contract or this agreement was July 27 of 2016. And all it is, it's an affiliation that provides direct and indirect supervision by the ED physicians that lets our paramedics and our EMTs perform procedures like administer medications, start IVs, life-saving efforts. It's just a formality that we need to bring, that we need to renew this contract with YRMC.
Jeez, híjole, Chief, it's been already 5 years. I thought it was like 3 years or something like that, so híjole.
No, they just sent this over and I saw 5 years. I was like, wow, 5 years too.
See, the collaboration between the hospital and our fire department is just great. And I saw you guys work. It was amazing. A patient can call, can be transferred, and by the time they're there, they're ready for him or her, and they have all the information and they're set. And I really like to commend our fire department, our EMTs, our paramedics, and the response time. So, Chief, please thank them.
I will.
And let's get this agreement for another 5 years. Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to go ahead and open the floor for any discussion. Vice Mayor?
No questions, no comments. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to go ahead. Matias?
No questions.
Okay, good. Mario Buchanan Jr.?
None, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Gloria Torres?
No, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ponce?
No questions, sir.
Thank you. Luis Cabrera? Comments, questions, concerns?
No, thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you. If not, we'll now take a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 2172.
Second?
The motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and item number 6I, discussion and possible action on matters regarding subdivision case number 2020-06059, a request by Vega and Vega Engineering PLC on behalf of Comité Bienestar and company owner of the final plat approval for Bienestar Estates 11 subdivision to be located on the southeast corner of San Antonio Street and 19th Avenue, San Luis, Arizona. Let's see here, Mr. Jose Guzman.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members. As you mentioned, this is a request by Vega and Vega Engineering on behalf of Comité for the final approval of subdivision to be called Bienestar Estates 11. The proposed subdivision, it's about 19.19 acres, and it's proposed to be divided in 94 lots in sizes from 6,000 to 10,000 square feet. And the retention basin for this subdivision will be located in the property to the north, which is city property where the future community park will be located. This item was presented to the Planning and Zoning Commission back in October, and they recommended approval with some review comments that they have to be addressed. We received the revised plans in February 22nd, and we issue a new letter of comments on March 18. We just received the revised plans in April 8th, and they're still under review, but most of the comments have been addressed. So we're recommending approval of the subdivision with the condition that the applicant addresses all the review comments on the letter dated March 18. I believe the engineer for the project, it's connected to the meeting if you have any questions for them.
Okay, thank you, Jose. Mr. Vega, do you have any questions, comments, or concerns? Or Gary? Are they still on? Gary, do you have any comments, questions, or concerns?
Vega had some IT. So, yeah, I think we have no questions or comments. I think Jose has dealt with this with Mr. Vega, and I think we are in agreement to everything that the city requests on it. I did do a drive-through there today. I just wanted to make reference. The city is moving faster than Comite, so maybe we ought to move this to a city project.
Yeah, there you go, Gary. There you go.
Well, anyway, we're happy, and yeah, and Mr. Vega is in line with Jose. We've discussed this today, so we're all in favor of it.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it. Appreciate the hard work you guys do also. So,
Thank you.
I have no further questions. So I'm going to go and open the floor for any further discussion or comments or concerns. Vice Mayor?
None, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Matias Rosales?
No questions, but just for the record, Sonia, can you open up the plot map? No.
That was your answer.
Well, I guess not. So, all right, no questions. Just wanted to see the plot map, the final one with the changes.
Okay. Gloria Torres?
No question, Mayor.
Thank you. Mario Buchanan Jr.?
No, Mayor, no questions. Thank you.
Mr. Ponce?
No questions, sir.
Thank you. Luis Cabrera?
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. I will now take a motion.
Come on.
Mayor, I move to approve subdivision case number 2020-0605F with the condition that the applicant addresses staff's March 18, 2021 letter to the applicant as presented.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Thank you. Great job, Gary. Thank you. Thank you, Jose. Okay, now we're going to go with item number 6J, a discussion of possible action on matters regarding authorization to relocate budgeted funds from the senior center expansion project to the various senior center accounts to renovate the interior of the facility and complete the outdoor landscaping. Mr. Galaviz, or who's going to be giving the presentation?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. It's Angelica Roldan,
Hi.
Assistant Parks
Thank
and
you.
Recreation Director.
Thank you, Angelica.
I'm I'm here to present on behalf of Louis Galaviz. We would like to request authorization from Mayor and Council to relocate 76,456 with 52 cents of unexpended budgeted funds from the Senior Center Expansion Project to various senior center accounts. This will allow staff to purchase furniture and equipment needed to carry out interior renovations for the multipurpose rooms, lobby, eating area, among other areas within the building. As the completion of the outdoor landscaping, all these areas needing renovations and beautification are part of the scope of work of this project. Therefore, I'm here to request the approval of these budget transfers in order to complete these renovations.
I just have a quick comment real quick, and it's something that actually it would be very beneficial. And the thing is, a great job, great work, especially Parks and Recreation and the Senior Center. So it's much needed. So I have no more further questions or comments. I'm going to go ahead and open the floor for any further discussion. Vice Mayor?
None, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Matias Rosales?
None, Mayor.
Thank you. Mario Buchanan Jr.?
None, Mayor, thanks.
Gloria Torres?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ponce?
No, sir. Thank you.
Luis Carrera?
Yes, good evening, Ms. Roldan. So this money is already allocated to Parks and Recreation. You're just using it for these other things that you presented?
This money, yes, this is part of, we already used the money from the CDVG, and we still have $76,000 left, so we're using that money.
Awesome, that's nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If there's no any questions or concerns, I want to take a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve the budget transfers for the Senior Center purposes as presented.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Roldan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now we're going to go ahead and go with the summary of current events by mayor, city council members, and our city manager present to ARS 38-431.02. Today, I was able to attend a discussion with key stockholders, with two mayors and county supervisors, and also the House Speaker of the state, and also our Mr. Juan Ciscamani. The discussion was the essential that we need the support for our ports. We need to support our homeland security, and we emphasized the need for the continued support and the needing more funding to complete our project. And we asked the state if at all possible for their continued support of our port, especially Port of Entry 1. The discussion was discussed about the economy, about how the long wait times is affecting our local economy, not just Yuma County, but also it's really affecting our local economy. So the speaker was very, he had been, I guess he was in Douglas before, but I invited him over to come to San Luis so he can tour our facilities. The key thing is top priority is homeland security, but at the same time, we need to guarantee make sure that our ag workers are able to cross in a timely manner, and also it was a mutual understanding between all communities, Nogales, Douglas, and the city of San Luis, that we definitely need to work together and make sure that all our ports are funded. And make sure that we can make a positive impact in our economy. So it was very very quick, very fast, but it was very informative. So that was my meeting that I had this morning. Once again, we also gave out over, I believe, close to 200 Moderna vaccinations, and so we will continue working with the county. We will continue. Staff will continue doing such a great job. I really appreciate what they do and what they're doing, and it's just amazing. The positive comments from our residents regarding the way they treated, the whole process is just amazing. So once again, thank you, Yuma County, for providing the vaccines, the state also, and working in conjunction with Bienestar, working in conjunction with San Luis Walk-in Clinic and Sunset, we are making a difference. So let's continue the progress and let's continue the vaccinations. So it's very important. We will continue having fairs, vaccination fairs, and we will continue adding that support to our community. But special thanks to our employees. That's it for me. Anyone else?
Mayor, may I?
Yes, please.
Yes, I'd like to report that yesterday I attended the monthly library board meeting. I attended the meeting remotely. The library is still trying to conduct their normal business by bringing different events and projects. They're working on doing as much as they can. They plan on reopening the libraries completely by June 1st, depending on how the numbers keep looking. But as of today, or as of yesterday, June 1st is what they're looking at to reopening, obviously with certain precautions to follow. They're also working on the budget as well. And for the San Luis Library, the biggest one that I saw was the replacement of the air conditioners for the San Luis Library. That's it, Mayor.
Thank you so much, Vice Mayor. I really appreciate it. Anyone else? If not, I will not.
Yeah, I do
Please.
have a quick comment.
Please.
I've been speaking from citizens regarding the ability to publicly speak. I know that we do have Sonia's email, so maybe we can do something to clarify that for the public to know that if they want to share a concern or something, what the process is. Because I know that there's been some comments out on social media saying that they can't participate in our meetings that are supposed to be open to the public because we're the only ones on Zoom and they can only listen. So I don't know if Sonia can coordinate with Marlene and share like the process of how we're running our meetings, or if we could open up our Zoom to the public when it comes to speaking. Just a thought.
Okay. I believe, at least I believe there is a process already. So Sonia, let's emphasize and make sure that any comment that gets into the city can be read. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Sonia.
Mayor, if I may, every notice since we started our virtual meetings due to COVID has instructions as to how they can get official comments on the record. And as the meeting is running, Sonia has her email open on the screen, so if anyone at any point, up until you during the meeting sends an email, they can go on the record. So the process is, I'm looking at the screen, you just need to open the agenda, the one we send every week, and the process as to how to participate and or start comments for the record have been there since day one.
Okay.
Thank you, Tadeo. Yeah, and I know this, but I know that possibly not all the citizens do. So just to clarify that, I mean, we are open to the public in a virtual way, so they can have their comments heard or their voices heard.
Thank you, Luis. Anyone else? If not, I will now take a motion to adjourn.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Have a good night, guys. Please stay safe.
Good night.
Good night.